I'm a huge proponent of strength. Like I obsess with Clifton Strengths Finder. If you guys have never taken that, it's a cool assessment tool. I use it with a lot of my clients. It really tells you what you're naturally good at.
Okay.
And it's fascinating. And I use that to kind of help my clients figure out where they would excel in careers or in life, or making sure their job lines up with what they want to do. Mm-hmm. But it's the same thing we do. We point out our flaws. Like I know my strengths, but I'll be the first one to point out, oh, I'm not good at this.
Yeah.
But I think, that makes, Kwabi, you make an excellent point, because as we're going through today and as we're going through the rest of cluster year 2020, and I think I've learned a ton this year. It's been a crazy year, but I'm not looking at this year as like, hey, it was awful. I'm looking as like, I learned and took away so much of what I want and so much what I don't want to bring forward into 2021.
I totally agree.
So I think it's great.
It has been, I know I hate to say it out loud,
yeah,
but it has actually been a good.
You can say it. We're all about positivity here. Say the good stuff.
It has been a good year. Yep. It forced me to look at everything differently, personally, professionally, and for whatever reason, I feel like I have been more successful this year because things were clear.
Yeah,
things came to me, and then sometimes I think stuff needs to be taken away from us to make us appreciate.
it.
And then with that too, you see like the people that you want to be around. You see the people who want to be around you. Mm-hmm. Who's going, just like everything else, what's going to stay and what's going to leave. And that's also the people in our lives.
For sure. And I would encourage people, as you're thinking that if you haven't done that already, do that. What do I want to keep? What needs to not follow me into this next year? A lot of it's people, but it is, and this is the positivity. I mean, our little friend group, a lot of which are commenting, we don't tend to go we all have negative times, and we'll call each other and say, hey, I need help. I mean, poor Lisa fielded 50 phone calls for me in the last week. But it's when you have those things, you need to have the people who aren't going to spiral down with you.
Yes.
So if you're surrounding yourself with the people who are bashing people on Facebook and who are negative, the second you go negative, they are jumping on that negative train and they are following you right into the station, and you're going to be negative all the way. So find the positive people, get off the negative train, because we can all do it. It's a conscious choice.
And do you find that sometimes, I find that sometimes when things are not going your way, and you're upset or something bad has happened, all these people come out of the woodwork. Like they just, which is wonderful. They want to help.
No, they don't. They want to see you negative.
But then
some of them want to help.
Yeah. But whenever you're, on the rise, I always there's a quote that pay attention to the people who are not clapping for you.
Yes.
And I was like, whoa, because there are people who are close in my life, and but when things are going well, they go radio silent.
Yep.
I just find it so fascinating, and it may not be intentional, but that goes back to who are the people in your lives, and not just. And when you were talking about our group, what I love is that we're there for each other and we support each other, but we're also not going to enable each other to do.
For sure.
Because sometimes, like, I don't want to go to a friend that if I'm about to make a bad decision, or if I'm like, that they're gonna, agree with me. They're gonna say, they're not gonna allow me. So I like that it's just a different, mature relationship that helps us grow, and
for sure,
and not just agreeing with everything that I'm saying or supporting every decision I make, but helping us navigate and in like having our best interests at heart.